I'm J.R. Davidson, D-A-V-I-D-S-O-N. I'm a major with Douglasville Police Department. On Monday, March 2nd, Douglas County 911 started receiving 911 calls about an active shooter in the Best Buy on Douglas Boulevard in Douglasville. Douglasville police officers, along with deputies from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, Georgia State Patrol, and Georgia Department of Public Safety officers, all responded to the Best Buy and immediately treated the situation as an active shooter. They made entry and cleared the entire business looking for victims or suspects, none of which were found. Investigators came to the Best Buy and started to try and figure out what was going on. They started to review videotape, and they soon learned that along with approximately 20 to 30 customers, 2 males entered the business and went back to the back of the store and began to look at merchandise. Within about 20 minutes, at around 12:25, there was gunshots inside the store, which is when all of the customers and employees fled. There was a chaos and panic within the store. At that point, the 2 suspects blended in with the crowd and also fled the store in possession of a stolen laptop, computer, and at least 2 drones. The detectives were able to get video images of the suspects, and soon after that, Best Buy Loss Prevention distributed pictures to other Best Buy stores. On March 3rd, at around 7 p.m., some employees at the Best Buy near Little Five Points in Atlanta saw 2 people in their store who they thought matched the description of the photos. They called the Atlanta Police Department, who responded. One of the males was taken into custody inside the store. The second male fled the scene. The male who was taken into custody was wearing the same clothes he had on the day before in the Douglasville store during that shoplifting. So he's been arrested, he was brought to Douglasville, and he's been charged at this point with 1 count of felony shoplifting. We're still looking for the second suspect, who we have pictures of. He's a black male. He's believed to have a tattoo on his neck of either an AK-47 or AR-15 style rifle. So at this point, we think it was just the 2. However, there's a lot of people that the investigators have to look at who fled the scene, who we haven't identified all of them yet. At this point, these are the only 2 we're sure of. Nothing to really flag them. When they were in the store, they were looking at merchandise, and they did also interact with employees about the merchandise before one of them went to a back corner where there was nobody else around. There was no witnesses at the time the shot was fired, and we believe he shot 1 bullet, at least 1 bullet, into the ceiling. There was no witnesses to that actually happening, so he didn't do it in the presence of other people, which is why we believe it was completely just a distraction technique. We know from video that we had them together at different points throughout the incident. The charges right now is 1 count of felony shoplifting. There's probably going to be more charges because this distraction technique is the first time I've ever seen somebody just committing a shoplifting. They're going to put everybody in danger by firing a gun. Not only is a bullet flying through the store, but everybody's in a panic, and it created chaos. And when people flee from chaos and they think there's an active shooter, they're very likely to be injuries just because of that. In this particular case, we were lucky. There's no reported injuries from any of the employees or other customers. We know what vehicle they went to. We don't have a good description of the vehicle because of where it was parked, but we do know from video that they went to the same vehicle.
So right now, it really appears it was these 2 guys.
At this point, it's all we've confirmed. Well, our protocol will stay the same. When we respond to an active shooter situation, our officers are going to go in and look for the threat to the public. That's what their job is to do. When they have to do that, if it's a situation, especially in a fake situation that somebody has made up, they're putting everybody in danger. Our officers are now entering a store with their guns drawn. There could be other customers who are carrying their own weapons, concealed carry permit holders who pull their own guns. Now our officers may engage them. It really did create a terrifyingly dangerous situation. Well, we do put on active shooter training here in Douglasville. We do it for our business community as well as churches and schools. So I would just suggest that everybody should try and find that in their community and get that training so they can be prepared for this kind of situation.
The one that you haven't arrested, have you had the opportunity to interrogate him yet?
He has been questioned.
And has you been able to decide whether he's the shooter or not? I'm sure he had nothing to do with it.
At this point, since we don't have everybody in custody, I can't discuss that much detail about it. Nobody has reported any injuries to us yet. All right.
Give us a...
So this is the suspect that we're still looking for. This is a black male who we believe has a tattoo on his neck of the AR-15 or AK-47 style rifle. The mugshot of Arnaldo Rodriguez, the 39-year-old. He has an Atlanta address, is what he gave us during the time of arrest.
I'm sure over the course of...
We'll tell you though that this actual image that I showed first is from the Kennesaw Best Buy. So these guys have been in other stores around Metro Atlanta.
And the same tactic was used, or?
This is Douglasville is the only time we know of that a shot was fired. I don't know if they shoplifted from the other stores or not. I don't have that information. And then this was just the bolo that I think you all probably already have was sent out, and this person on your left here was the one that's been arrested, and then this is the other individual who has the shopping cart. I don't know. I haven't checked with those. Our investigators will, determine what else happened in other stores. The little 5 points is where the Atlanta Police Department was able to come in and capture our one suspect, who, like I said, he was still wearing the same clothing. So we were glad that they responded like they did and helped us out. So I can't really say what we're going to charge these people with, but I will tell you that, reckless conduct, if there's nobody in the area where the shot's fired, armed robbery probably would not apply, but a reckless conduct charge could be a possibility. Our detectives will determine what other charges are appropriate.
Basically,
it really depends on, it's not necessarily illegal to shoot a gun. Depends on what jurisdiction you're in. There's some counties you can shoot in your yard all you want. Some cities, like ours, have municipal codes, ordinances against that. So I really can't talk.
I know you can fire.
It's certainly extremely dangerous, and I would recommend against it because you don't know where the bullet's going. As far as what crime it would be, I can't really say. It depends on where you are. Yes, it's a felony. The value stolen that day from our Best Buy that we know of is around $4,800. It's a possibility once the detectives are done identifying who's responsible for what.